I'm going to send it out later so you can peruse it, or you can also fast forward it or just play it normally to people that you may know or who might be interested in it. Yes, yes, I'm going to be your group leader. So this is it. This is what you get. I can see that Amy is on tonight. She's one of our chaperones. Amy Pfeiffer's here. And she has traveled with me before, and she can attest that it is a super fun time. Twice. Yeah, that's right. Twice now. So we have a lot of fun when we go on these trips. And let me start to tell you how. How does that sound? All right. I'm going to get my sharing screen on here. It's been a couple of 2-3 minutes here since I have done a Zoom, and they have changed things. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Screen, PowerPoint, share. Can you see that? You can't hear Edith anymore, and that's probably good. All right, let's see. Stephanie,
Yes, we can see your, we can see your
thumbs
PowerPoint.
up. You can see my screen.
You can see us.
Thumbs up. Anybody? Yes, you can see it. Madison, you're nodding your head. You can see my screen. Cool, 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 cool. Thank you. So welcome, travelers. Before we get started, if you would, please, if you can, if you can't, that's okay. It's no pressure. Sign in using the QR code below. You just have to hover your camera over it, and it will take you right to the questionnaire where you can sign in. And this will give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have as well. So let's get started.
Yeah.
I am Liz. I've already introduced myself, but I'll do it one more time. I am Liz Schmidt, VP of Property and Program. I have been to a lot of places with Girl Scouts now. I've been to Italy, Greece, Japan, the Galapagos, Ireland, and England already with Girl Scouts. And I'm very, very excited to take this trip with you again to London because it is a great town. Our agenda for tonight, we're going to do the introduction, which we already did. Yay! We're going to move on to talk about our travel partner. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner there, you can see that it is EF, Tours for Girls. We're going to talk about their safety and support measures, what's included in the trip, the itinerary, and of course, the thing that everyone wants to know, pricing and how to enroll. So those are the things that we're going to cover this evening. And I'm hoping to get you back to your lives by about 7:45. So let's see if we can do it. Girls who travel the world become the women who change it. And after all of those trips with Girl Scouts around the world, I can honestly attest to that. And not only that, but I have seen girls change in the 7, 8, 9, 10 days that I've been with them into totally different people than who they are at home. So you might expect to see all of these things in your girl after we travel. Cultural competence. We are going to 2 places, obviously one that speaks English and one that doesn't. They speak French, obviously, in France. And they don't really suffer English speakers. So it's a good idea to learn a little bit of French before we go. We're going to try all sorts of different cuisines. We're going to meet all different kinds of people. And we're going to explore the 2 cultures of England and France while we're there. Girls become more confident on these trips. Managing to get around the city on your own, on your free time, is absolutely a confidence booster, especially if you don't speak the language. Leadership, girls will take the lead on this trip. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? This is your trip. You get to decide. These trips are all about girl-led. We want to make sure that this is the trip of a lifetime, and the things that you want to do are the things that we are going to do. And last but not least, self-discovery. You didn't think you could do it. You thought you'd be afraid. Maybe you thought you'd puke on the plane, or you wouldn't be comfortable on a boat on the Sun River. Guess what? You are, and you're going to discover that on this trip. Why do we partner with EF? There's lots of travel companies out there. You may have heard of some, you may have used some in the past, but on all of these trips around the world, I partner with EF consistently for a variety of reasons. Firstly, they've been doing this for a long time, since the 1960s. They have offices all over the world. They've got 52,000 employees. They have people on the phone, on the computer, 365 days a year, 7 days a week. I've gotten into some pickles, let me tell you, on these trips. And EF has always answered the phone. They've always answered my calls. They've done bend over backward type things to make sure that our group is safe and happy. Their safety is beyond match. They provide us with a tour director. The tour director is with us from the moment we touch down in our first country, to the moment that we hop on the plane to come home. If anything happens on the trip, anything, injury, sickness, lost passports, literally anything you can think of, EF is there to help us. They have an incident response team that's on the phone, like I said, 24/7, there to help whenever we need. Back in the COVID days, Amy actually traveled with me in our trip right after COVID. There were some rigorous health standards that they followed just to make sure that we were all happy and healthy on that first trip after COVID in 2021. Was it 21 or 22? I don't even know at this point. It's all a blur.
Two, because it got postponed a year.
We skipped a year. Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yep.
So, and they were great safety wise. And then last but not least, I've already mentioned this, but I'll mention it again. We have a 24/7 tour director. That tour director is fluent in French and of course fluent in English. So they're going to be doing all the advocating for us with our restaurants and our local guides and our sightseeing places and all the things that we need. They're there every single day to help us with that. And then, of course, our chaperone team. So EF allows us to bring chaperones on these trips, which is why Amy is here tonight to kind of hang out. And the chaperones are trained very well so that they can handle all the things that we throw at them on these trips. EF is also our education partner. EF actually stands for Education First. So if you are older, if you're looking for high school and college credit, you can earn credit for these trips. This is a great way to start your college essay, the things that you've learned, the ways that you've grown, showing your leadership, showing your self-discovery on this trip makes for an excellent college essay. And EF can help with that. They also have a personalized learning guide. Those are typically for educational tours, but they want to make sure that we hit all the hot spots. The British Museum is actually one that I'm looking forward to most, I think, on this trip, because I've heard it's amazing. And I didn't get to go the last time I was in London, so I'm looking forward to that. Book with confidence. This is a great part of EF. We've got a peace of mind program. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world these days. COVID is a great example of it. We were able to move our trip 2 years, unfortunately, with flexibility and a price match. So we kept the same price 3 years later that we originally paid for it. And EF was making sure that we were going to be safe when we were traveling in Italy and Greece right after COVID. If things happen around the world, earthquakes, tsunamis, political unrest, EF has their thumb on these issues, and they will help us rebook, find a different destination, refund money, or send us on a different kind of trip if we need to change our trips. Hopefully that's not the case for these two destinations. For each traveler, you're going to get a risk-free enrollment period. If you're thinking about this trip, but you're not super sure, the great thing is you can sign up, you can save your spot, if you will. You can talk it over with your spouse, your partner. You can check your bank account to make sure that you can make the monthly payments. You can do all of those things risk-free for 7 days, and you get 100% of your money back. What you put down when you enroll, $95. That's all you need. For up to a full year, if you're paying into the trip, and something happens, you get laid off from your job, or your mom gets sick, or who knows, anything could happen between now and 2028. So you are going to be enrolled automatically in the Global Travel Protection. That's part of the cost of this trip. Because you're enrolled in that, you will get a 100% refund minus the $95 that you put down if you cancel at any time from now until the day we leave. So I love that. They didn't used to have that. They included it, I think, because like I said, 2028 is pretty far away, and who knows what's going to happen between now and then. I just talked about this. I'm sorry. Up to 1 year prior to departure. I apologize. That was totally my bad. If you're enrolled in the Global Travel Protection, which you are, you can cancel up to 1 year, not up into 2028. I apologize for that. So that's my correction. But still, that's pretty good. A lot can happen in a year. And right now, like I said, you get 7 days of enrollment with zero fee if you cancel within the next 7 days. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about where we're going to go, what we're going to do in the summer of 2028. So day one, we're going to fly overnight to Ireland. It's a red eye. We're going to get lots of sleep on the plane. We're going to hit the ground running. When we get to England, we are not going to the hotel, and we're not going to sleep. This is a great way to combat jet lag. So we're going to hop right into it. We're going to take a tour. It looks like we're taking a tour of Canterbury. Oh, that's day two. The first day will be easy. We'll probably do some sightseeing. We'll definitely have an early dinner. We'll get to check into the hotel a little bit earlier and get to bed a little bit earlier as well. After you sleep that first night on day 2, when we go to Canterbury, it's going to be like you were in England the entire time. You're not going to have any jet lag, and it's going to be amazing. They do this on purpose. They don't really book a lot of things during the first day, just in case, because you never know. Sometimes flights are delayed. Sometimes there's weather. Who knows? So they like to be a little bit flexy on that day 1. Once we're in England, we're going to do all the things. We're going to take a tour of Canterbury. If you're a literary fan, there's a lot of really cool literary things to explore in Canterbury. Canterbury Tales, Chaucer. I think Marlowe has a theater there. There's a lot of crazy, awesome things to do in Canterbury. I've never heard of Westgate Tower Museum, and I forgot to Google it before I got on this meeting. So I don't know what that is, but the picture looks pretty awesome. Looks like some kind of castle maybe, and obviously some gardens. It'll be a surprise for me at least. Just kidding. I'm probably going to Google it right after this meeting. So I don't know what it is. It looks pretty fun. Those are a little bit, oh my gosh, I'm really bad. I thought Wales, okay, for a long time, I did not know where the country of Wales was. And I thought it was directly south of England, which it is not. It's directly west of England. So I was just going to say, like, Kent, I feel like it's north of London. Maybe. So I'm going to say that without actually knowing that it's north of London, because if we travel down into London, which I'm assuming we're going to do, we're going to go on a walking tour. And London is super walkable. It's a great place to sort of walk around, explore the culture of London, see those beautiful red double-decker buses, and see all those iconic things. You can see Big Ben in a lot of these pictures here in Parliament, of course, Westminster Abbey. All of those things are waiting for us to explore. We're also going to get a local guide, and this is somebody who is super familiar with London, probably someone who lives in London or has for most of their life. They're going to take us around and give us all the insider views of what London is like. We're going to take a guided tour of Windsor Castle. Windsor is about 40 minutes southwest of London, so we're probably going to hop on our bus and cruise down there and take a little tour of Windsor Castle. And the town of Windsor is a delight as well. And we're going to visit the British Museum. I'm very excited about the British Museum. I think it's just kind of a cultural place, and I'm excited about it. I don't know. I'm kind of a nerd. You'll find that out as we go on this trip. All right. So after that, we're going to enjoy high tea in London. I'm super looking forward to that. High tea is that fancy like lunch situation with those cute little sandwiches and the tea and the crumpets with the scones with the clotted cream and the jam. And the clotted cream sounds gross, but it is super delicious. Trust me on that one. Yeah. So we're going to get to do that, which I'm looking forward to. I cannot wait to take the train through the Channel from London to Paris, like one of the greatest engineering marvels of the entire world. I'm super excited for that too. I was kind of hoping that it was like going to be see-through. I don't think that's the case. I was expecting like fish to fly by us, but that's not going to happen. It's definitely enclosed, but it's still going to be super cool. Once we get to Paris, we're going to take all the tours. We're going to do all the things. We're going to visit the Louvre. We're going to take a tour of the Latin Quarter, where all the music that La Vie en Rose is playing with the accordions and the violins and the cats and all that. We're going to explore Paris with a local expert. And you can see in that picture on day 7, that's the Arc de Triomphe there. So we're gonna cruise around the Champs-Élysées and the Arc de Triomphe. I clearly have to work on my French accent before I get there. And see all the iconic sites. We're also going to take a visit to the Eiffel Tower. Not sure if we're going to go up to the Eiffel Tower or not. We didn't the last time we were there, and that was a-okay. So I think our itinerary says see the Eiffel Tower, and typically in that case, it's more of like a, there it is, let's walk around it and check it out, and less of a, we're going to go up in it. So there's that, but we'll see what happens on our tour. That boat there is a tour of the Seine River, and I've been on that tour, and it's lovely. I'm kind of hoping that our tour director lets us go at night when the Eiffel Tower is all lit up and it's beautiful and glittering and doing all the things. And then we're going to Disneyland Paris. We're going to end our trip with a day at Disneyland Paris. I've never been. I'm excited to go. I've never been to Disneyland in the United States either, so I don't really know what to expect. But if you've been to Disney in the US, get excited, because now you're going to be able to see Disney in 2 different countries. And then the last day, sadly, or not, because we're going to be super tired, it's time to come home. And we're going to fly home and relive all of our adventures on the way home. Sound good? Yeah. So here's some highlights of the trip for us. Obviously, Big Ben, Parliament, Westminster Abbey. Dressing up, bring some fancy clothes. I'm definitely going to bring a sparkly dress for high tea, I think, to wear. I've already picked it out. Hopefully it still fits in 2028. We're going to watch the Changing of the Guard at Buckingham Palace, visit Versailles. I didn't even mention that. I don't have any pictures of that. Versailles is insane. It's insane. You're gonna love it. It's princesses and mirrors and gold and tapestries. You're gonna love it. We're gonna wander around the Louvre. Hopefully nothing will get stolen while we're there. We're gonna marvel at the Eiffel Tower, and then of course Disneyland Paris. So if you check those pictures out, that's our group actually from this past summer. I saw Deb Schwarting on this call as well. She's in the front in that blue shirt and the brown pants. There you are, Deb. We saw Big Ben, took some pictures there and wandered around London, and it was delightful. In the picture you can see on the right there, that's the London Eye. Doesn't look like that's on our itinerary, but that could be included as part of our free time. And that was super cool too. It is one of the world's only cantilever. It's not a Ferris wheel. It's like a cantilever thing, it never stops. Even when you're getting on it, you like walk and it's moving. So you kind of have to like walk with it and hop on it. Super cool. Last but not least, Amy knows this, Deb knows this, anyone that's traveled with me before knows the food. I'm so excited about the food. There are all the things in this picture that I will be eating, plus more. You can see some macarons down there, not to be confused with macaroons, although I love those too. You can see a full Irish breakfast, or I'm sorry, English breakfast up in the right-hand corner there, some croissants. I guess that's French bread, but okay. Some baguettes, crepes. The crepes are delicious. That looks like Nutella and banana, which are delicious. Fish and chips. Not pictured is escargot. So we're gonna go on an escargot finding mission when we get to Paris, and everybody's gonna eat some escargot, and it's gonna be delightful. Don't be scared of it. Who knows what escargot is? What is escargot? I don't even know.
Yeah.
They're snails. Yeah, they're super good. I was a little bit nervous. I ate them the last time I was there, and you grip them with these little snail holder things, and then you dig them out from their shell, and they're garlicky and buttery and chewy and awesome. So that's going to be a thing. So start thinking about the food. Start thinking about all the things that you want to eat while we're in Paris and in London as well. And who doesn't love a good fish and chip? So there you go. In London, we're going to visit some markets, Borough Market, or some other markets where they have fresh fruits and cheeses and olives and salamis and all the things. So, yay for the food. So let's talk about travel dates. Did I raise my own hand? Is someone raising their hand? I may have raised my own hand. Sorry about that. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a question for myself. What are our travel dates? Here they are. This is the window right now of our travel dates. So block off your calendars, I would say between Saturday the 22nd and Saturday, August 5th for this trip. Obviously, if you travel, you know that it's tough to confirm flights and hotels and things like that really far in advance, which we are. So as we get closer, as EF manages their groups, and they have hundreds of thousands of travelers during the summertime that they're managing. So they're trying to get the best deals. They're trying to get everyone where they're going. Our group right now is already pretty large, and it's going to get even larger, I think, after tonight. So they've got to figure out a way to get 80 of us from Syracuse, New York to Heathrow in London, and then back again. And that takes a lot. So therefore, they ask us for a little bit of a window to be flexible. So the earliest departure date would be the 22nd. The latest return date would be August 5th. What I've requested is July 25th through August 2nd of 2028. I've only been pushed one day, one time on a tour, and that's it. So EF does a really good job of trying to match up our date that we've requested. I would not book things like soccer tournaments or your daughter's wedding the day before or after this trip, just in case. Give yourself some flexibility. Like I said, just in case there's a huge thunderstorm in Detroit or something and our flight gets delayed or whatever. So you want to give yourself a little bit of flexibility with these dates here. All right. What's included in our itinerary? So what's included? Round trip airfare. I have flown Delta and American. I flew United with EF, so it's really dependent on where we're going and, you know, what airlines have the best tickets. Hotel stays, all of our hotel stays are included. We have regional style meals for breakfast and dinner. So the cool thing about these trips is that breakfast is included and it's usually at the hotel, and dinner is included as well. So a quick thing about dinner, to be transparent from the beginning, we will not go to dinner and have a choice of what we're going to be eating. They're going to provide us with a dinner from a fixed menu, and it's going to be something that comes from the place where we are. For example, we were in London and we had fish and chips. We went to Ireland, we had curry. Curry is really big in Ireland, so we ate a lot of curry actually. Paris, there might be escargot for dinner one night. What they tend to do though is pick dinners that appeal to a broad base of people. So you're always going to have a starch of some kind, pasta, potatoes, rice. You're always going to have a protein. Chicken usually is the case, beef sometimes. In Paris, I think they do beef a little bit more often than chicken. So you're always going to have something that most people will eat. My favorite part about these trips is lunch. Lunch is on our own, not usually included with the price of our tour. And that is where you get to go rogue and eat all the things that you really want, like the escargot. We had a girl that came with us to go to Italy, and she really wanted to eat rabbit. So she made it her mission in Florence to find a restaurant that served rabbit. She found it and she said it was delicious. So lunchtime is really the time for you to shine and explore new food items. Or just eat like gelato the whole time. Totally up to you. We get a personal tour director who's going to be with us 24/7. They work on all of the things 2 or 3 weeks before our trip. So getting the restaurants, getting the bus drivers, getting all the things that we need. They meet us at the airport the minute we touch down, and they typically go to the airport with us because they're going home too. And they get us to our gate. So they're with us the entire trip. Private transportation is on coach buses, usually air conditioned with, you know, comfy seats and all that stuff. Expert local guides, like I said, these are the ones
This
that
is a
live there.
meeting
They're the
about
ones
Girl
that
Scouts going to
for, you know,
Paris and France.
hour or two and show us their favorite parts of London, or take us to the best croissant shop in Paris, that sort of thing. Guided sightseeing of all of our destinations. So anything that requires a ticket, you know, for going into museums or places that require tickets, that's included. And that's entrances to landmarks, attractions, that sort of thing as well. What's not included, some things that are on your own. Passports, your passport fees are on your own. And traveling to England and to France in 2028 is going to require a visa. I think we paid 15 euro, maybe 11, 12 or 15 euro this past year to go to England. And it's probably going to be pretty similar when we go in 2028 as well. So we will need a visa to enter England, which is not part of the EU. And then we'll need a separate one to enter France to go to Paris as well. So just keep that in mind. Baggage fees. If you've traveled with me before, and there's a few on here who have, you will know that we do not check luggage. We carry on only. So you can do it. Don't get scared. Carry on only. We're not checking luggage. You can do it. Talk to Amy. She's our chaperone. She can talk you off the ledge and tell you how it can be done. If you sign up for this trip,
hesitant my first trip, and I can vouch it can be done, and I did it. And I did it on the next trip.
In all of my trips, I have way overpacked and not worn half the stuff that I've packed. So we talk about this a lot leading up to the trip, and we'll have meetings, we'll watch YouTube videos, we'll do some packing in person at our meetings. And if you really need to cry on Amy's shoulder, she will be there for you as well. You can absolutely check your bag on the way home, however. So if you buy a lot of souvenirs, if you bring like an empty duffel and you want to load it full of, you know, English wool or whatever, that's more than acceptable. And you can absolutely check your bags on your way home. If you do that though, if there's any fees, which usually there aren't because it's international, you'll be responsible for that. Tips for local guides, bus drivers, and our tour director. So those unfortunately are not included with the price of our trip, and they're typically anywhere between $120 and $140 per person extra. What we'll do is collect that at our last meeting right before our trip, and we'll kind of divvy it up, and we'll hand it out to the people that serve us as long as we go along our trip. Lunches and snacks are on your own. Lunches are not included with this trip, and then snacks, of course, are up to you as well. And then spending money. If you are a souvenir person, which I enjoy getting like magnets for my fridge, and generally chocolate. of some kind. And cheese, if I can swing it back into the US. So I'm not a huge souvenir person, but if you are going someplace like Paris, there's going to be a lot of things that you might want to purchase. There could be art. There's artists that are painting in squares, and there's you can't bring a cat home with you, but there's lots of cats. There's artisans and trinkets, and there's all sorts of stuff. So spending money is on your own. You'll probably need between $30 and $50 a day, depending on what you want to spend your stuff on. I would say that would be for like souvenirs, lunches, and snacks. I think that might be a pretty good estimation. So what you all are here to find out, making it happen. This is the cost of the trip. For kiddos, it's $49.09. That's your full price. To reserve your spot for tonight, you only need $95 down. If you cancel within the next 7 days because you've decided it's too expensive, or you just can't swing it, or it's unknown 3 years from now, you can get that full deposit back within 7 days. Within the next year, anything you pay in, if you cancel, the EF Tours will keep the $95 and give you back everything else. So just keep that in mind. The reason we're doing this so far in advance is to make it more affordable if you choose monthly or biweekly payments. So for 32 months after that $95 deposit, it's $75, give or take, every 2 weeks, and $151 a month. Adult pricing, so this is a mom and me trip. So adult pricing is $56.39, and that's about $174 a month. So adults are typically a little bit more expensive, mostly because adult tickets to things and, various whatevers are generally more expensive for adults. I don't know, we're bigger and older and we cost more money, I guess. So that's that. Tonight, this trip is actually a little bit more expensive than this, but because you've attended this meeting tonight, that price of $49.09 includes a $200 discount from what the cost of the trip actually is. Manual payments, if you choose to do that, you absolutely can. There is a $50 fee for every manual payment that you make. So we do encourage that automatic payment coming out to pay for your trip. All right, so making it happen, there's a couple of different ways that you can fund travel. So we do the discounts. Like I said, that $49.09 includes the $200 discount for those who sign up by November 1st. If you sign up after that, my brain is like, what is $200 plus $49.09? It'll be $51.09. So that $200 will get added back into the cost of it. So if you know you want to go, it's always a good idea to sign up before November 1st. They do offer scholarships, and I have actually known people who have gotten scholarships from EF as well. So any enrolled traveler can apply. You don't have to be a kiddo to do. You can be an adult as well. And they do award, I think it's usually around $1,000 per person at a time. So never hurts to try to get a scholarship. You also have a customizable tour donation page. So when you sign up for the trip, you'll have a link that goes to your own donation page. So I have 2 boys, and if I have to purchase another Lego set, I'm going to I don't even know what, friends. But if my kiddos were going on one of these trips, I would encourage, their grandma and grandpa and aunt and cousins and all of those folks to donate to their page to help pay for this trip instead of purchasing Legos. So that's just what I would do. But you do have that page where 100% of donations to that page can go to your balance. That's typically also how I apply cookie sales. So you also can fund this with your cookie sales and with your TRM. And I know TRM is going strong right now until November, 12th, give or take. So let's see, 26, 27, 28, you'll have 3 cookie sales and you'll have 3 TRMs before this trip. So there is an opportunity for you to use the cookie sales and the treats, reads, and more to fundraise for this trip. We had kiddo, I don't think she's in this meeting tonight. She went to England and Ireland with us last summer, and she paid for it through her cookie sales. She was hardcore. She was a go-getter. So it can be done. You also can belong to the travel troops. We are not a traditional troop, but we are a specialty troop. So I often will get booths for cookies, and I will send out an email that says, hey, who wants to do a booth? I provide the cookies. You don't have to purchase them ahead of time like your troops would. I provide the cookies, I provide the petty cash, I provide the booth. All you have to do is go and sell. So I try to do as much as I can to help you all earn money if you want to do that through your cookie sales. And you can participate in your traditional troop at the same time, and you can earn experience credits. So more to come on that if you sign up for these trips. So this is it. This is the time. It is 7:34. I'm doing great. It is time to enroll. So tonight we have a guaranteed of 20 spots. As I mentioned, this trip is getting full. We have 56 people registered right now to go on this trip. I think we're getting pretty close to like the top number here. So I do have 20 guaranteed spots. The discount deadline for that $200 is Saturday, November 1st. And also, if you sign up by midnight tonight, you get an extra $100 off. So that's $300 in discounts. It'll go down to $48.09 if you sign up this evening. You also have that little bubble down there on the bottom, give 50, get 50. If you refer another duo to join, you can get $50 off. Could you work that tonight? Like maybe you could figure out a way to like work it and be like, I'll sign up tonight if you sign up tomorrow. You could do it. Yeah. So that is that. All you have to do is save your spot with a $95 deposit. And like I said, if you decide that you don't want to do it, if it's too much, within the next 7 days, you'll get that $95 back. So totally up to you if you want to save your spots. So there it is. I'm going to check out the questions. I'm going to leave this up right now so that you can see it. If you scan that QR code there, that'll take you right to the enrollment page. You can also type in the URL up there, which I would put in the chat if I could figure out how to do it. I should have thought of that beforehand next time. Anyway, so that's how you enroll. You can get to the enrollment page. If you do go to that enrollment page, though, be aware, this is a private trip, and Disney and some of the other places that we're going to were not part of this original trip. They're sort of built in specifically for our group. And so when you look at the itinerary that's on that enrollment page, you're going to see some things that I didn't mention. There's like a Van Gogh garden situation. And I think there's like one other thing that's a possible like add-on that are not part of this trip. But unfortunately, EF's website doesn't allow them to remove. That's the trip. I just have chosen for us, like, we don't want to go see Van Gogh. We want to go to Disneyland. So just keep that in mind. If you see things on there that you're like, she didn't say that on the webinar, they're not part of this trip. So, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My email address is also down there on the bottom left, and I'll be more than happy to answer questions. So let me look up here. God, let me stop clicking that. Let me look up here to some of these questions. Minimum age is 8 at the time of travel. So 8 years old, because you're going with your mom or your aunt or your grandma or whoever you're going with. So I brought my 8-year-old with me to London 2 years ago. He did okay. He was a little bit traumatized by the first day there when we didn't get to go to the hotel and like go to sleep, and he just wanted to snuggle in his bed. Everything else was great. So if you have a younger kiddo coming, that could be a good conversation before you come. The airport that you leave from is Syracuse. Syracuse is our gateway. So we'll probably fly out of Syracuse and head to, I don't know, JFK, possibly. Rooming work. Yep. So rooming works a couple of different ways. Typically on these tours, girls room with each other. And I would recommend that for this trip as well, or this trip as well. Even though it's a mom and me, sometimes you just need adult time, right? Like you're going to be hanging out with your kid all day long, doing all the things, all the bonding and the fun activities. And sometimes at night, you just want to hang with another adult and or go to bed. So I would encourage you to let your girl room with other girls that are going on the trip. If you choose not to do that, you can upgrade your room so that you can have a family room if you have like one mom with 2 girls, or you can room with your kiddo, and that is an extra cost. So it's minimal. It's usually like $40 a day or whatever for that upgrade. I will have more information on that as we get a little bit closer to the trip. I typically will not ask you for your rooming situation until like right before the March, February, right before our trip. So you have plenty of time to think about it. You have plenty of time to chat it over with your child to see what they want to do. But like I said, I encourage you to let the girls hang together and the adults can hang too. Girl Scouts, EF will help with the visas. They send us a link. We actually, for London last year, there's an app you can download right from the UK, and it was really super easy. But EF provides all the links and things like that to us. EF also does an adult background check on any adults that are traveling with us. So everyone will get a background check, and that is provided through EF, just in case you care about that. You can get a copy of the recording. I'm going to send that out, probably not tonight because I'm going to need to like wait for it to do its thing. But I'll send it out to you guys tomorrow morning so that you can have that recording. Payment info. We did get to that sort of. Let's see. I need to make this bigger. I need my readers. Why am I doing this without my glasses? Airport. Oh, delicious. Yes. I don't know what you're talking about. Probably the macarons. Let's see. Oh, escargot. You're talking about the escargot. Yes. Yep. And to Paris. Oh, frog legs. I can't. I don't want to say that. I never say I don't eat things, but I don't know about the frog's legs. I've known a lot of frogs in my life, like alive ones that are like frolicking out in the pond. I don't know. I'm not going to give an answer on that frog leg situation yet. Yes. So right before the trip as well, all of this right before the trip stuff that I'm talking about happens typically in March. So it'll happen in March of 2028. I'm going to ask, what are your dietary restrictions? Are you vegetarian? Are you vegan? Are you allergic to shellfish? All of those things I collect, and our tour director goes to work on making sure the restaurants have things for you to eat. So we absolutely accommodate allergies. We absolutely accommodate vegetarian and vegan foods. They did a great job on this past trip with celiac and gluten-free stuff. England especially has great gluten-free choices. So any dietary restrictions that you might have, we absolutely can accommodate. Shellfish, oh yeah, wait. But are they, but they're, I don't, my brain is not, I can't with that in the shellfish and the escargot because they're snails. They're not, but who knows? They have a shell. I don't know. I'm going to Google that later. Payment info, we got that. Upgrade airfare to first class. Oh my God, I wish there was. I don't know if there's options to upgrade airfare to first class. Can you upgrade me too? I'll ask. I'll certainly ask. Yeah. Take me with you. Let's see. Only mom and me. Yeah, 2 adults can go with 2 girls. It's a mom and me. We're gonna go with the mom and me. I hate to say no to Manville, but you can always message me as well. We can have a chat about that. But I'm gonna go with sticking with the mom and me. Can one girl in a trip opt out of rewards? You can opt out of rewards. However, I would not recommend it because you can earn experience credits. So you'll earn the $5 per box if you sell with our travel troupe, because that's just how I roll. But you'll also earn experience credits with your traditional troupe if you don't opt out of rewards, I think. So you can, but we should talk about that and what that might mean for you and your funding of this trip. Yep. It's my daughter. 4809 is for daughter, and the 5639 is for the mom. So yes, it's almost $10,000 to go on this trip. I'm in California. Yeah, it is definitely possible to accommodate. We've had folks from all over the country come. We had someone from Ohio a couple of trips ago. So yep, that'll just have to be something that we chat with. Your gateway will be wherever you are in California, and you'll fly and meet us where we go. Oh, took off my Yes, there is direct debit. Let me get back to that one. Monthly. Okay, so when you enroll, you're going to enroll your child separately from yourself. So you're not enrolling as a family. You're going to enroll you, and you're going to enroll your kiddo. So you'll be 2 different people in the system. So, and that's good for rewards and for cookie sales and stuff like that too. So you'll see your 2 different selves, and then you will need to set up that payment for the both of you when you're in the system, if that answers your question. Is there a day the totaling to be paid by? Yes, it's typically March 15th, 2028. March, somewhere in that range, mid-March. There is absolutely, yep, $95 down each. Yes. There is opportunity for free time where we're going. EF is great with giving us free time. And that's usually a time for folks to, like, for example, if the London Eye isn't part of the itinerary, and I can't remember if it is, that would be a great time during free time to go and do the London Eye on your own. A great time for snacks, a great time for souvenirs and for shopping and that sort of thing. So yes, there is free time. And the tour director can also help you if you say, like, I really want to find an old bookstore where I can look for, like, super old copies of like Shakespeare's Macbeth or whatever. The tour director will be able to give you tips and tricks on how to find the things that you need on your free time. The trip is 9 days long. Is that right? I feel like that's right. 9 days. Yep. 5 in London, 4 in Paris. Let's see. Have I answered most of them? They taste like chicken. I just remember a lot of butter, which I was like, yeah, I'll eat that. All right. All right. I'm gonna stop share real quick so I can see you all. There you are, some of you. So I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, for anyone who asked about boys, brothers, dads, etc., we're gonna keep this at a mom and me. So we're gonna keep this a ladies only trip. And answer that question for you right now. We are having other trips to a variety of other places where we absolutely welcome brothers and dads. Amy, I think are you going to Germany next year? Yep, Germany, Italy, Switzerland is next year. Australia, New Zealand is in 2027, which I'm looking forward
27,
to.
yeah.
Yep. And then 2028 obviously is this mom and me. And I think that there's an older girl trip going to Peru in 2028 as well, but uncertain about that one. So, and then I think in 2029, we're going to open it up again to families and, all travelers. Feel like, don't quote me, but I think we're going to Japan in 2029. Yeah, could be cool. So any patch or included or badge? Yes, we do. Actually, EF has its own patch. So everyone who goes on this trip will get an EF patch for traveling the world. They're kind of cool, globe and a little airplane on it. You'll get a journal. You'll get a backpack. EF will provide you with a carry-on backpack and a bunch of different swag. And usually that's provided at our final meeting before we leave. If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself. It is 7:45, and so the meeting proper is done. And to thank you very much, I'm going to lower my own hand here. Thanks for everyone for coming. Hopefully I answered your questions. If not, feel free to unmute yourself, and I'm going to stay on the call for another 5 or so minutes just to answer any questions or concerns that you all may have. I'm going to send this recording out to you tomorrow so that you have it, and happy enrolling. And I hope that you will join me on this awesome trip to London and Paris. Thank you so much, everybody. Like I said, if you have a question, feel free to unmute.
Hi, this is Stephanie.
How are you?
Good. So I live in upstate right now, but my husband's in the military. If we move, can we fly from a different airport at the time, or?
Absolutely can. Yep. If you move to wherever you move to, EF will arrange to the whatever gateway that you prefer. They will have you fly from that gateway, and then you will meet us probably at our final destination.
Okay.
Yep. So as long as you're okay with like sort of that first leg being on your own, and then you'll meet up with us. It depends. You could meet us at like JFK or whatever, but it's usually you'll meet us at Heathrow, when we get there.
And do you have a date? I missed the beginning of the
sure.
meeting, but do you know the date that the trip is on?
Yep. So it's a window. So keep it a little bit flexy right now. And I know that's hard for you to do because you're a military family. So our requested date is July 25th through August 2nd of 2028. And I say keep it flexy because sometimes like a day or two will make a difference, before or after, just for flights and that sort of thing.
I'm sorry, you said July 25th to August?
July 25th? Yep, July 25th through August 2nd.
Second, okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions out there? Yay! Oh my gosh, if you come with us, we're going to celebrate your birthday in style. We'll be in London. I'll get you a birthday escargot.
Yeah, my birthday is actually the day before, the 24th.
Yay! Mine's August 4th. We're just going to miss it. That's okay. I'll celebrate. I'll eat a bunch of cake or something. Oh, Paris. Oh, yes. So many macarons. We love it. We're all like sort of Leo. Who's before Leo? What are you if you're July, end of July? Is it Leo? It's cuspy. You're cuspy. You're good.
I'm still a Leo, the
Still
24th.
Leo. You're good. Excellent. Any other questions? No, that's good. It's not, Patricia, just are you still here somewhere? Yes, it's not the full amount now. It's only $95 to save your spot, $95 per person to save your spot. And then you set up your payment information and whatever as you go along. All right, I don't see any more questions coming in, so I'm going to say thank you to everybody who came to the meeting this evening. When I send the email out tomorrow, feel free to respond to me. I'll answer any questions or concerns that you might have. Thanks for Amy coming to this meeting this evening. She'll see you in London and Paris as well. If you want to pay in full, you can do it right now. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing saying that you can't. So you absolutely could do that. Get your points on whatever credit card you're using, do it up, and yeah, you certainly can. So thank you everybody once again for coming, and I hope to see you in London and Paris. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.